it's Martin from How to Make Mobile Games over in Shanghai. Today's video, as promised, is a Chartboost integration video, so how to get Chartboost into your Android game. This is not for iPhone right now, just for Android. So this isn't a very clean tutorial. I'm actually updating a game right now as I'm doing this video. So and I'm just about to do the Chartboost, and I'm doing a video at the same time, so it's kind of a developer diary / overview. But hopefully you guys who have some coding experience or perhaps are intermediate developers might be able to handle this okay. It's not very difficult, so I'll just get going and then hopefully everything's okay. So I've opened up my project here inside of Unity. I'm using a plugin from prime31.com. If you go to prime31.com and then look for, I think it's Unity plugins, and then I'll click on the Android tab, you can go down and you can see the Chartboost plugin. At the moment, today's date is May the 8th, 2013, and the plugin was $40 from what I last checked. And I know a lot of you prefer free plugins, which of course I would as well. But to be honest, it saves a lot of time, a lot of effort, and it's already paid back that money already, so I recommend it. So, alright, so the project is open here. The first thing is I need to import the package, so go Assets, Import Package, Custom Package. Then I'm going to browse for the package that I got from Prime31. So you can see here I got a bunch of them, and I'll get the latest one. This is my third attempt in getting this tutorial done, or overview done. I hope it's going to work this time. So all I usually do is a quick screenshot of what's going to be installed, and the reason I do that is because if I ever need to delete something out because of some kind of error because of the plugin, then I know which files have been installed, and I can just go to the screenshot and sort of delete those out one by one. Sometimes they can be a bit complicated, and so it's good to do a screenshot so you know what you've installed. So down at the bottom here, click Import. Hopefully everything will go okay. I just updated this new version and ran it on my device here just a few minutes ago, and that's running okay. So this is just me testing the Chartboost installation now, and hopefully everything is okay. So you can't see it here, but I'm just looking. I'll just make it a little bit higher. There you go. I'm just looking at the bottom of Unity here to see if there's any errors, and there wasn't. And I need to go to my Prime31 menu up here. There's a new one that's just appeared. So if you do have two Prime31 menus, this is the old one, this is the new one. So, but I don't think it's a big problem, to be honest. What I need to do is go Prime31, generate Android manifest, click OK, and I'll do it on the other menu as well. If you've just got one or both, I think it's okay. Don't worry about that. I'm going to do quick file, save scene, save project, just for habit, and then I'm going to click Command and B to build, or Control and B if you're running on Windows. So whilst that's building, and hopefully everything will go okay, I'm going to go into Chartboost here, so chartboost.com. If you don't have an account, it's very easy to sign up. Just go to chartboost.com. It's free. Enter your email details, your name, and so on, and then it'll allow you to open an account in Chartboost. This is the first page you'll see when you come in, and over the past few days I've made here $16, $13, 16, 20. Sorry, I'm just getting a little error. I'm going to just pause the video there just for one moment, and I'm going to come back because my Android is giving me some problems. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I was having some problem with my Unity not detecting my Android that was plugged in. So on chartboost.com, this is the first screen that you'll see. The first thing that I usually check here is the money earned on the top left, and yesterday was $16.70, $13, $16, $20, and this is just with mainly with two games. One is Gangnam Style vs Dance Zombies, and the second one is Arrow Swipe Run X. And this has only been roughly 1 week that they've been included. And yesterday I also added it to Ninja Birds X, and this is just on Google Play. This is not on Amazon or iPhone. So it's not bad considering that every day it's an extra $20, and that will hopefully continue to go up as I add more games. Obviously we're talking from a very independent, small studio perspective here. We're not talking about massive companies that rake in thousands. It wouldn't work, obviously. But for independent, small team developers who maybe are perhaps developing a lot of games, or a single game that's doing quite well, then definitely Chartboost is a good way to improve revenue. So if I click on Apps, this is where you can see a detailed view, but I actually wanted to do something else. If I go to apps and then add app, this is what you'll need to do to get the app ID for your game. So we'll go through that right now. So the platform is Google Play, and the name of the game is, in this case, it's Glow Blast Blitz X, and I'm going to call it Google on the end as well, just so I can recognize it clearly. Make sure to get the portrait and the landscape correct. Make sure you don't get that wrong, because the ads will not appear if you're in a landscape game and you've selected portrait. I had a problem with that before. So we're in portrait, we've put the name in, go down to the bottom, click on save. And then the next thing you need to do is go to campaigns and then add campaign and then publish in the network. And this basically means that your game will now receive ads from the network, from advertisers who want to put ads into Chartboost. So campaign is on, name of campaign, I'm just going to copy and paste the same as before, and put Google at the end as well, just so we know it's that one. And then select the game down here. So this is the apps that we want to include into this campaign. So we could include more, but for simplicity I'm just keeping them separate. So it's just the name, selecting the app, go down to the bottom and click save. These other settings that I've just browsed over there, by the way, I'm not yet 100% clear on what works best inside of Chartboost. I've not done like a best practices check or anything like that. I might do that later because I'll need to improve, how Chartboost works in our games. But if anybody's got any tips for Chartboost, please let us know on the video and post on the channel. What do you find works? What doesn't work? Is there a way to increase the cost per click, the revenue, in a Chartboost campaign? Because it's not something I've had a lot of practice with, so it would be great to know if somebody else has some advice. All right, so that's all we need from there. If I go to the, I'm going into apps here. I've just clicked on apps. I'm going down to Android and down to Glow Blast Blitz X, and I'm going to click on it again. And this is where I'm going to get my app ID from here on the right hand side. I'm just going to highlight these. I'm going to click Control and C to copy. Let me just paste these into a new file here, just so because we've got to put these into Unity. Yeah, okay, that's fine. All right, I'm just going to go back into Unity, File, Save Scene, Save Project. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to import one of my own packages that I've made, and you guys can just copy the code from this. This wasn't downloaded from Prime 31 or anywhere else. This is just something I did for Chartboost, so I can include them in all of our games. And like I say, you guys can just copy this. So Chartboost persistent object, and the reason I've done a package here is just so that it's all in one script. Everything is handled in one script, and it exists in each of the scenes in the game. So if I ever need to change any Chartboost code, I know I can just go directly into this script, and it just makes things a little cleaner in the project. Okay. So I'm just going to search for this, and you can do this another way if you'd like to do this. This is my first scene, by the way. This is my logo scene that is only called one time in the game, when the game first starts. And what you need inside of the Chartboost persistent, inside of Chartboost, if you just want to call Chartboost and then show the ads in any of your scenes, in your main game scene or your menu scene, I'll quickly talk about the code that you need just now, and then I'll show you what I did to make it a little bit more, a little bit easier to handle, and then a little bit easier to add this into any of your games. So my mono developer is just opening now. It's been a little bit slow. So okay, here we go. It's happening. My Mac is really slowing down this past few months. All right, so the two things that we needed, the Chartboost ID and the Chartboost app signature, both as a string, and these are the ones that we got from here. So I'm just going to add these in here right now, and I'll also have to add them inside of the Unity software as well. So when start is called, start is the function that's called when the script first comes live into a scene. You need to call chartboost.initialize init, and then pass in the Chartboost app ID, the Chartboost app signature, which are these two strings here, and then just say true. I can't remember what the true means exactly, sorry, I've forgotten, but if you go to Prime 31 and then look at the top, it says plugin documentation, and it'll tell you exactly what this means. The next thing you need to call is Chartboost on start, and I think that just registers that, tells Chartboost that, hey, we've kicked off this app and we're including Chartboost in it. The next thing is Chartboost Android and then cache interstitial. And then the next thing you could do is you could just go like this, Chartboost, and then show interstitial. That's it. That's all you need to show an ad. Now, cache interstitial needs to download the ad from Chartboost first before it can show. So even if you do this code, you might want to delay this show interstitial till a little bit later, because it needs time for it to download from Chartboost, get the information into your device, and then show it to the user, okay? So what I do here, I'll just delete that out, is every time that a level is loaded, and you can just copy this function here because this is a Unity function that just gets called every time, whenever a new level is loaded. What I do is I try to cache a new interstitial every single time a level loads. So whenever the player comes into the logo screen, the menu screen, the main game screen, then it will try to show an ad. And what I'm going to do here is, and at the bottom here, sorry, you've got show Chartboost ad, which is just Chartboost Android show interstitial, and then that's it. And what I want to do in this case is I want to show the ad whenever a new scene loads. So I'm going to click show Chartboost ad, and this function will call this down here. So just to reiterate here, on level was loaded, every time we load a new level, we're trying to get a new ad, so that's downloading the data from Chartboost into the device. Then, every time the level was loaded, we're going to try to show that ad. Now, it might show a cache from before, it might show a new cache, it's okay. I've tested this and it does show the ads. So, and also here, from Chartboost, I'm going to call this from the main game. Whenever the player finishes the game, it's going to show this ad as well, okay? So I'll do that in a moment. But first, I just want to see if these ads are working. So I'm going to click File and Save. Control and S to save, or you can go to File and Save up here as well, of course. Go back into Unity. On the bottom right, I'm just checking that this is not generating any compiler errors. And the other thing that I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy my app ID and then put it in here as well. Remember to do this because what happens if you make a string inside of here, inside of Unity, and make it public by not putting the private keyword here, then if you go back into the Unity's software package here, it might keep the old app ID from, say, a different game. So make sure that this one here is the one that you actually want for this game. So that's why I'm doing this twice, just to be sure. Okay, I'm just going to extend this. I'm going to double check just the last few digits. So 5006 and then 4E195F. Yeah. So please double check your app ID and app signature, guys. I had a lot of trouble the other day because I actually got this wrong and I was trying to figure it out for ages what was going on. I just entered the wrong code and it drove me crazy for like 3 hours. So just check you've got the right code. Alright, just saving the scene, saving the project, hitting Command and B or Control and B to build it. And I'm just going to check that it actually shows the ads on my device. So I'm just going to exit this now. Make sure that I've got my internet connected okay, and let me just pause the video there for 1 second, guys, and I'll come back once it's loaded. Okay, I'm back. So it's working. There we go. So that's a Chartboost ad, full page interstitial, and that's working pretty well. Please note that I've just paused the video there for a few minutes, and it did take a couple of minutes for this to appear. It could be because my internet connection is bad, because I'm based in Shanghai. It could be because it takes a moment for the Chartboost server to register the new app, and then that might be a slight delay as well. So give it a few minutes until if it works or not. Give it a few minutes if it doesn't work. I'm just going to tap on the ad here. It's going to get loading, and hopefully you can see this okay. It should go to Google Play, and you can kind of see how slow my device and network connection is. And I think it's slowly loading. Yeah, it's running the free bingo game. So on Google Play. Anyway, if you're based in a in the West, then that connection will be a lot faster, of course. But there we go, it's running okay. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly pause it, and then what I'm going to do is test through and make sure that these ads are working okay, and then I'll come back in a moment and show you one more thing. Okay. Okay, so I just made a quick adjustment, and I wanted to show you guys this before I finish the video. So basically, in this game, what happens is when it's game over after 60 seconds, this function is called, and once the game is over, then I want to show an ad. I think in this case I don't want to show an ad every time a scene loads, because as soon as the player comes into the main game, then an ad will appear, and it's not the best time to show an ad, because we want to wait until the game is over and there's a natural pause in the game, and then we can show an ad. Okay, so in this case, this is when the game is over. I'm calling this function here. I'm seeing if I can find my Chartboost persistent object, which is the scripts that I personally wrote. Not from Prime 31, and then I'm doing a Chartboost persistent object, broadcast message, show Chartboost ad, and what it's trying to find is it's trying to find this Chartboost persistent object here, and it's trying to call this this function here, Chartboost show interstitial. So remember that on level loaded, whenever a new level loads, we're trying to grab the ad from Chartboost over the internet, and then what we're doing is when the game is over, then we're showing the ad at that point. So it doesn't matter if the game tries to get the ad from the internet every scene, that's okay. We're only showing it like one time. But I'm also showing it here when the player goes into the main menu. So I'm saying if application.loadedLevelName equals global blast main menu, then show the ad. So I'm not showing it every time that a scene loads, because that might be a little bit too much, and it might distract the player from the game as well. So what you could do, guys, is if the game is over, very, very simple, is just go, you can show interstitial ad, you can just show this from your main game code. So for example, you can just do this, comment out all of this code, and then just show interstitial, that's it. But just make sure that in the beginning, when your game loads, is you're doing initialize, showing the app, passing the app ID, passing the app signature, Chartboost Android.onStart, and then you're caching an interstitial ad. Okay, so I'll leave it at that. I'm going to go away and I'm going to test this now and make sure that everything's running okay. I hope this video was fairly smooth. I'm sorry it wasn't a very, very clean tutorial with points, but it's a very, very simple plugin to get going, and it didn't take me long to sort of get it integrated. Please note that if you want to do Google Play or an Android one, you have to set those up as different apps. So when you do add app at the top here, you can choose whether it's an whether it's an Amazon app or a Google Play app or an iOS one. And that's very, very cool, because it means that the ads that appear will be just for the Amazon market or just for the Google Play market. So very, very useful. But for now, guys, anyway, I'll leave it at that. I hope this is useful. Any questions, please drop a comment. As always, please check out the game, Global Blast, on the iPhone App Store or on the Google Play Market, and also on the Amazon App Store. And if you do want to do any donation, if this video was useful, then I've got a PayPal donate button down there as well. Of course, you don't have to, it's just there. But please rate the game if you do download it. That's really a super support. Thanks for all, everyone, and I'll speak to you all soon. Bye-bye.